Hello everyone. It's Chong here. Welcome to our Instagram live. Let me have a look. And so while we're waiting for everyone to join in, my name is Catherine. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a Certified Fertility Dietitian who is based in Brisbane, Australia. And I can see that some people already joined in. Hi Diana. Now, if you are just joining us, please make sure that you drop your name and tell me where are you watching this live from. I would love to know you. Now, so for today, as promised, I'm going to have a chat with you here, how to improve your egg quality in 90 days, which is such an important topic, especially when you are trying to conceive. Hello Diana, good to see you here. Okay, so basically today, I want to give you some practical tips in terms of what are the actual action steps you can actually start implement right now, right after today's live show. So we're not talking about next month or in the next few months. I literally want you to really learn as much as you can from today's session and start to implement some changes. All right. So let's get started with our live today. So I see that there are many new faces in our Instagram account, and if you are watching this from our YouTube channel as well, a big welcome to all of you here. So my name is Chong, and I'm a Certified Fertility Dietitian based in Brisbane, Australia. I mainly work with women and couples to really help them to customize a nutrition plan in preparations to helping couple to conceive as naturally as possible, and also helping women and couple to prepare for their IVF treatment. I do also work with women as well, in particularly if you're someone who are interested in improving your nutrition in preparing for egg freezing. So today we're going to talk about specific steps you can take to improve your egg quality, and I'm going to really walk you through the behind the scene, what I teach my client in our Master of Your Fertility Program, which is a fabulous program that covers these 4 systematic steps, evidence-based steps to help you to improve your egg quality, right? So in that Master of Your Fertility Program, what I usually teach my client is step number 1. What not to eat, which is exactly what you need to remove from your diet to help to improve your egg quality and your egg health. And step number 2, we talk about exactly what you need to reintroduce back onto your diet, those nutrient-dense food that I want you to have while you're trying to conceive. And step number 3, what type of supplements, right? What type of supplements you need to take to help your body to get into those nutrition, the status, in the right nutrition status that I want you to be in preparation for your pregnancy, to maximize the success of getting pregnant. And in our last step, which is step number 4, I teach clients on what else in your environment, your lifestyle, that you need to remove, which I'm going to cover, give you some more specific tips at each step of our program. Now, I should also want to mention as well, if you're someone thinking about improving your egg quality, when exactly you should start take action? Now, this is often a lot of my clients will ask me in that initial consultation. So really, in order to improve your egg health or your egg quality, we're really looking at a minimum time frame of about 3 months. Right, 3 months. So unlike for men, for your male partner, we're looking at least about 2 months as well. So definitely, as soon as you are preparing for your pregnancy, or if you're someone who are currently already started trying, or if you're on your IVF treatment, for example, you definitely want to start to really rethink of what you are doing, whether you're on the right track, and consider whether you need further help, like for example, consider to get help from a certified fertility dietitian like myself, to really make sure that you look into things that I'm going to cover with you today. Okay, all right, so let's jump on to our tips number 1 for today, which in our Master of Your Fertility Program, step number 1 is I want you to remove food that don't actually grow your eggs healthily, right? So today I'm going to share with you one specific tips I want you to start taking, which is you need to start to remove those unhealthy fats from your diet. So in this case, we're talking about saturated fats and also for trans fat. So in terms of fertility, trans fat and saturated fats are known as the bad fats as well. Basically, in terms of research, what we found is saturated fats in particular can increase that inflammation in your body. Of course, if you have an excessive amount, that could cause that inflammation in your body. It can also actually influence the egg growth as well. So what I mean is those follicular fluids, those fluids surrounding your egg cell, it can also tends to be, have more inflammation as well, and hence can affect the development of your egg cell, and hence reduces the quality and also the chances of conceiving. So the very first step is we want to look at how much saturated fat you're having in your diet, for example. Now the second types of fats, what we call unhealthy fats, is called trans fat. So trans fat is also known as it can raise your insulin resistance as well. So insulin, it's a really, really important hormones, and I would tend to also look at client blood tests as well, just to see if there's any sign of what we call elevated insulin hormone, because it can affect all the other fertility hormone as well. So if you do have such as symptoms of insulin resistance, it can also affect your ovulatory function and affect your fertility as well, right? So basically, the very first step that I teach client in our Master of Your Fertility Program is you wanna start to eliminate or find a way to reduce these 2 types of fats in your diet, right? So what should we do? So think about, okay, how often do you have deep fried foods in your diet, right? How often do you have those very highly processed biscuit, cakes, pastry? Do you use butter for cooking? How often do you have takeaway food such as pizza, burgers, or hot chips? So these are all the food that most likely consists of what I just mentioned, very high level of saturated fats and trans fat in there. Now there's also a particular ingredient I want you to take note of, is what we call partially hydrogenated vegetables oil. So this is one of the ingredients that contains most likely a very rich amount of trans fat as well. So these are certain things that I want you to really start taking action. Just have a think about how often do you have them in your diet. All right, and I can see that more people are joining us right now. So if you just join us, make sure that you say hello and let me know where are you watching it from. Okay, now let's move on to our tip number 2 for today. Like I mentioned, in this Master of Your Fertility Program is a 4-step program. So in the second phase, what I would teach patients is what exactly is those good stuff, the good things that I want you all to have more in your diet while you're trying for baby, or if you're someone who are currently preparing for, say, IVF treatment, or even thinking about egg freezing as well. So these are the food that I definitely want you to have more. So we're talking about in this step 2, so a lot of emphasis is actually on how we can get you to start to eat more Mediterranean friendly food. So very similar like a Mediterranean diet, right? So in the Mediterranean diet, you most likely would already heard about this diet before. So basically, it's an eating pattern. It's an independent eating pattern that we promote a higher consumption of lots of fruits and vegetables, your whole grains products, seafood, poultry, lean meat, but also try to limit a lot of red meat or processed meat consumption, refined grain products, and also processed food, right? So if you're looking at a Mediterranean diet pyramid, so at the bottom of that pyramid, we really just want you to enjoy just less processed food. So thinking about, like I mentioned, your fruits and vegetables, your whole grain products, your fish and seafood consumption, beans and legumes, herbs or spices, and the use of extra virgin olive oil, for example, right? So this is really a chance to really help you to introduce a lot of nutrient-dense food that give your body a boost of those natural antioxidants, those, B vitamins, and all the natural vitamins and antioxidative properties as well. The other thing I haven't mentioned is that anti-inflammatory effects following that Mediterranean eating style. So basically, currently the best research of eating patterns for fertility or even for IVF treatment, it's still a lot of evidence still pointing towards that Mediterranean eating pattern. So absolutely, if you want to improve your egg health, right, thinking about in the next 3 months ahead, so certainly adopting a Mediterranean eating patterns is what I want you to learn and do in the next 90 days. Okay? Now, of course, we're going to cover a lot more if you do decide to join this Master of Your Fertility Program. And the other thing I want to share as well, quite often, I guess I feel like one of the main challenge a lot from my clients. Now, I just say TCM practitioner Carl, say hi from Malaysia. Wow, so nice to have you here. Now, like I say, if you just join us, please say hello and where you're from. I would love to connect with you. Yeah, I was just sharing that a lot of clients that I see, and I know many of you most likely already know what to eat, what to do. And I guess one of the common struggle from my client is that how do you translate, right, what you know and what you learn into your daily routine, right? That's a lot of people are still struggling right now. So one of the key feature, I guess, with my approach working with clients is to provide with very a customized meal plan tailored to their nutrition needs. What I mean nutrition needs is we want you to stick to that Mediterranean eating lifestyle, but also consider whether or not you need to lose weight, maintain weight, or gain weight, or for example, whether you have certain conditions, like say if you have celiac disease, you may need a gluten-free diet. We also, I also, would take into factors into, okay, how busy you are, how many days in practicality you are going to cook. So there are a lot of time for me that I spend, which is that after consultation, is to work out what is the best kind of meal plan and recipe that would suit you the best, right? So then when you leave after consultation, you actually have those plan already visualized, that you can visualize in front of you. So there's no more excuse, there's no more like, okay, I don't have time to do this and do that, because the whole point of this is you really want to just maximize whatever you can do within this 90-day of time frame. So that's one of the things that I don't just teach all this practical stuff, all this theory stuff, but I really want to help you to implement into your daily kind of routine. All right, let's touch on our point number 3 today. So in my Master Your Fertility Program, that's step 3. So what I would also teach my client is about supplements. So supplements to help to boost your egg quality. This is such a big topic, and I'm sure that if I'm going to dive into, everything that I know is going to take like a half-day course. But I just want to, really give you some thing to think about in terms of supplements. So if you're looking at the basic level, right? The basic level, first of all, your very first important step is, if you haven't done your prenatal blood screening, or you haven't repeated your blood test for a very long time, definitely my recommendation is you want to talk to your GP or your doctors to see if you can get your blood rechecked as well. Why is it so important? Okay, so nutritionally, right, we want to understand what is your current nutrition status, especially when you're trying to conceive or before going into an IVF treatment, because we want to really correct those nutrition level to help you to maximize the chances of getting pregnant. And one of the biggest nutrient that we look at as well is your folate status. We want to keep your folate into a certain amount, and that just because we want to help you to minimize the risk of having a birth defects babies, especially in the area of preventing these neural tube defects, which is why you commonly heard about women's while you're trying for baby, it's recommended to have that certain amount of that folic acid supplement. So that I would certainly, advise you, if you're someone who are trying for baby right now, right, and you haven't even have your recent blood test done, definitely want to look at asking your doctors whether we can get like your folate level checked, your vitamin B12, your vitamin D, your iron status. So all this just some of the example of like things that I would definitely look at in the initial consultation with me. Of course, there will be other blood tests as well. We also want to look at as well, because that can potentially impact on the chances of the fertility. So definitely that will be something that you want to think about. And I usually, after my initial consultation, I will give my client a list if there's something missing. And for me, I will also communicate with the team doctors, with fertility specialists or with the GP, to make sure that we really are here working as a team to help you to really best prepare your body, right? So in the supplement, number one is think about, do you need to repeat any blood tests? Now, secondly, what type of supplement you should take, or how many should you take. It's so different for everyone, but what I would advise is definitely, like I mentioned, you need to start to think about, okay, to take that folic acid supplement, you could start with the minimum dose that's recommended, which is that 400 microgram a day. Again, some of you might be better to take a prenatal supplements that cover a whole range of different vitamins. It just depends on how balanced is your diet. You may also need, like, say, omega-3, vitamin D, or iron. So what I mean is, the very basic kind of supplement routine is, first, the goal is we need to tailor to your blood test, right? And also your condition. So that is something that I would do, right? Now, when we move on to the second tail of that supplement regime, is we want to understand, for example, where are you at your fertility journey, your age, your treatment plan, because that's when we're going to decide, okay, what are we going to add into your regime, right? For example, is ubiquinol CoQ10 is going to be benefits for you, or certain type of condition you might be beneficial to add, say, inositol or alpha lipoic acid or NAC. Now, so this is just some of the example of the antioxidant that might be beneficial for you. And again, everyone is different. It really depends on your individual case. And that's where the beauty of our program, we're not just teaching you that general kind of just give you a list. I will be there, right, to really assessing you in terms of what will be benefit you the best, customized to your need. And plus that level of evidence, I guess that is so important for you to understand as well. Now, of course, the final kind of up on my supplement kind of tile is for some clients, I may also, suggest that to use, say, for example, melatonin supplement or DHEA, but this supplement, it will need a doctor prescription. So that's where, again, it's working together with your doctors and your fertility specialists to really help to customize a regime for you. I think that is really a key of this module 3 of our Master Your Fertility Program. All right. Hi, I saw that there's a question from, was it Lauren? What do you recommend for embryo implantation? Okay. Now, Lauren, did you mean that is it for supplements or is that for like diet advice? So if you can just let me know, then I can direct you a little bit more specific into your question. Now, for those of you who just joined us, feel free to type in the chat box below. Let me know where you're from, where you're watching this from. I would love to connect with you. So for some of you who just joined in, by the way, I'm in Brisbane, Australia. It's absolutely crazy weather right now. We've been experiencing some floods as well, so I'm just watching out my window right now. It's actually kind of stormy weather. Hopefully it doesn't impact all of you here. Yeah, so I was talking about the supplements plan. So Lauren, if you're asking about, say, for example, supplement for embryo implantation, that's where I guess that I usually break into 3 different types. So definitely we want to make sure that to correct your nutrition status with all this basic supplement regime. And then we're thinking about, that second phase. So for embryo implantation, depending on your case, but something that I would also add on is probably vitamin E, which has been shown that it might be beneficial for that uterine lining as well. So that's something a little bit more specific for implantation. Now, I should also remind all of you here is that a lot of things that we do is we need to start building it up, right? If possible, 3 months ahead of, say for example, if you're starting IVF, if possible, as early as at least 3 months ahead, because that is what is known to have more beneficial effects. Okay, now I see that, so Lauren replied, so in terms of, so another question we have right now is in terms of pineapple, Brazilian pomegranate, and how long to eat the pineapple. Katie here from Cairns. All right, hi Katie. Katie, really, really good questions. So let me answer maybe the pineapples, Brazilian pomegranate. I love those questions here. So basically, for pineapple, if you ask me, okay, Catherine, is there any really research to show that do you really need pineapples before embryo implantations? Okay, the answer is no. Unfortunately, there's nothing clinically, or no one has ever, done this trial before to show that eating pineapple and the associations, whether or not can help to optimize implantation. But what I can, share with you is that pineapple, pomegranate, right, these 2 food items, right, it's actually very rich in nutrient, right? Although there's no clinical study, it doesn't mean that you can't have in your diet, okay? So they are very packed in vitamin C and antioxidant as well. So the only thing that you need to make sure is for pineapple, of course, you still want to watch out, don't eat too much. I should mention in pineapple in specifically, why there's a lot of claims that it can help with fertility is because of pineapple is very rich in bromelain, which is an enzyme that has been associated with other health conditions, can help to minimize or reduce the inflammations of your body. So it's thought that it might be helpful for embryo implantation, right? So for pineapple, really, if you're looking at that bromelain, where is it rich from? It's actually from the core of the pineapple. So unless you eat the core of the pineapple, otherwise you may not get the full benefits of it. And just watch out with the portion, right? Watch out with the portion of how much pineapple you're still eating every day, because at the end of it, it's still very rich in fruit sugar. We don't want you to overeat, but absolutely, I don't see why you can't include as part of your healthy diet fertility eating regime. In terms of pomegranate, I don't mind as well. You can add it in your diet, right, for all of you here. But you just got to be careful if you are, say, drinking pomegranate concentrate juice. Again, just watch out on how much sugars is actually in there, okay? And I see that, Katie actually also have another question. Brazil nut, really good question. So Brazil nut is very rich in a nutrient called selenium, which is also one of the vital fertility nutrient. But you got to watch out for this in particularly, Katie and all of you here. So Brazil nut, like I said, it's rich in selenium, but we don't want you to overeat selenium, because selenium, if you over the dose, it actually can be toxic to your body, right? And quite commonly, most likely your prenatal multivitamins will actually contain some selenium already. So if you after today's live show, have a look at your prenatal supplement, because at the back they usually will put a warning to warn you not to overdose that selenium, right? So if you're looking at Brazil nut, I would advise you that not to have a huge amount, so probably only roughly about, say, 3 or up to about 4 Brazil nut a day. Definitely don't want you to have too much, especially if you are having it together with any other supplement that contains selenium, right? Because it actually can reach that toxicity for your body. All right, I hope that's helpful for you, Katie. And I see that a lot more people are joining us now. Hello. So if you just join us, drop me a message in my chat box and let me know where you are watching this from and your name. I would love to say hi to you. All right, so as promised, today's session is all about how to improve your egg quality in 90 days. So what I had just covered, so far for some of you just joined us, so we have already covered, which is our foundational step of our Master Your Fertility Program, which we talk about, okay, step 1, you really want to focus on removing those food that doesn't help you to grow a healthy egg. So one of the things I want you to start taking action is minimize that intake of unhealthy fats, which is what we call trans fat or saturated fat, okay? And number 2, the step 2 in my program, what I teach is how do you reintroduce back all this nutrient-dense food, which we call the Mediterranean eating patterns, to really give your body like a big boost of nutrient to help to maximize that chances of conceiving, right? So you want to think about Mediterranean style of eating. And number 3, we talk about supplement, right? Taking the right supplement regime tailored to you. So we talk about, okay, if you haven't done your blood test, in particularly those nutrition screening, you definitely want to talk to your doctors and get those screening done. Make sure that all your essential nutrient levels are within the right level, and start with something, the basic supplement regime that you need to take. So if you can start as early as at least 3 months before, that would be good. Of course, if you are thinking whether you need kind of more supplements to help you to boost egg quality, I guess, like I said, it's individual case. But certainly will be good to consider to see a certified fertility dietitian like myself to help you customize that plan for you. All right, now we are moving on to very final step of my Master of Your Fertility Program, which I teach clients how to detoxify from their home environment and also their body. So what I mean in this case is, I don't know how many of you have heard about this, but certain environmental toxin can also impact on your fertility, right? So some example could be, say, BPA. What else we got here? So caffeine, or mercury, right, or pesticide. Okay, so but today I want to share with you one important point is BPA, because I see that a lot of people also ask me what is it they need to start to eliminate, thinking about the environmental toxin. So BPA is also known as bisphenol A, so it's a chemical that's found in many different forms of plastic product. Now, one thing to know that is not all type of plastic products contain BPA. In particularly, plastic product that you need to very pay attention is such as your water bottle. So have a look right now. What are you using for your water bottle? All right. So are you still using those, those plastic, like mineral water, for example, or think about the food container that you use, right, for your lunchbox every day. Do you heat up with this, plastic? Did you actually check at the back whether they are BPA free, right? Or the cling wrap, for example. So these are the things that you want to start to be aware they might contain BPA. So why do we need to avoid BPA, bisphenol A? The reason why is they are quite, I would say that quite a strong evidence associate that BPA can actually affect our women's reproductive hormone level, and also negatively impact, especially for those of you who are on IVF or thinking about going through IVF treatment. During pregnancy as well, BPA can also potentially affect our baby growth and development as well, right? So what sort of actions that you need to start to take? So like I said, think about your water bottle. So I got a stainless steel water bottle right here. So think about, okay, whether you can switch to a stainless steel or you want to use BPA free products. And the second suggestion that I'm going to give you is look into your food container and make sure that you don't, even if they say BPA free, for example, make sure that you don't reheat in the microwave, because you never know what other plastic ingredients are in there. Always reheat your food using a ceramic plate, for example. Now, one more thing as well is that cover. You know how you microwave the food and you also got a cover as well. So for that cover, make sure that is best to avoid if it's made from plastic, okay? So that's some of the area that you want to really start taking action. And my last point in terms of these BPAs as well is just to start to think about how often do you have processed food. Say, for example, if you often have takeaway food that's stored in plastic container, or if you have processed, say, readily cooked meal, they are wrapped in plastic and you reheat from microwave, right? That is another way that BPA can expose to your food, and that's how you ingest in your body as well. So that's pretty much those steps that you can start taking today, right? Today, in terms of helping your body to improve the egg quality. All right. So like I said, today is all about giving you all these broader idea on what are the actions that you can take right now. So I don't want you to wait any longer just thinking about it. Okay, I should start next week, next month. No, I literally want you to start really implement what you have learned from our live today, and start doing it, because it takes about 3 months to help to improve your egg quality. All right, so we have covered quite a lot for today, and I really hope that you find our live useful. So for some of you here who are, if you are interested to learn more about more tips in regards on nutrition and lifestyle, how you can further help to maximize your fertility, make sure you head over to our website, kevinchong.com.au/blog. We have plenty of blog posts and nutrition guides to give you that step-by-step guidance on what are the actions you can take to help you to maximize your egg quality. We also have over like 70 tutorial videos at our Fertility Nutrition TV, which is our YouTube channel. So make sure you also head over and subscribe to our Fertility Nutrition TV channel on YouTube, and don't forget to press the little bell so you always get notified as well whenever we got new content uploaded to our YouTube channel. Now, if you're someone who just can't wait to get into the action, right? We have a free 5 days fertility meal plan already done for you. Again, head over to our website, kevinchong.com.au, and select free meal plan. That's where you can download our meal plan and really just get started and feel the difference. Feel the difference of how eating a healthy, nutritious food can make a difference on how you feel. And also, in a way, it's a good start of helping you to maximize your egg health. Now, before I go, just one last thing. If you're someone who would love to really have a chat with me to really work out, right, what is the next best step for you in terms of things that we could do for you to help you to maximize your fertility, helping you to get a little bit more clarity, or if you need to really be more solution focused for me to work out your nutrition regime, customize a nutrition plan for you, or if you're considering joining our Master Your Fertility Program, make sure you DM me or book a free 15 minutes discovery call with me on our website, or you can also find all the link on our Instagram page in our bio session. All right. Now, I hope you find our Instagram live useful, and I hope to see you guys again pretty soon. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.